Hey everyone. How is everyone tonight?
Hello.
How is everyone? How is everyone?
I'm fine. How are you? How are you?
We good?
How are you?
uh, I am good. My glasses just
Yeah.
fell off my face.
So what's going on with you?
Nothing much really.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm just shoot. Just trying to figure out how to have two screens going at the same time and I can't do it.
No? Are you gonna know?
Yeah, I can't do it.
All right.
What's that? Yeah. Oh well.
I keep hearing an echo.
I know.
All right.
I tried.
How is everybody tonight?
See you both fine. Thank you. By lead by example.
All right.
I tried. I can't. I don't. I'm like going crazy. I'm using a laptop for the first time.
All right. Thank you, Tara. Hello, hello. All right. Y'all got your bags of stuff? Chocolate, coffee. You might need it. Just a suggestion. Hi, Lynn. I'm good. Thank you.
I
Oh,
can't figure it out.
I don't know what you're doing, so
I'm trying to
I'm
close out one tab and it won't let me. It says close out. You're about to close out two tabs. And I'm like, no, I only want to close out one.
hmm. Yeah, real bad echo. Ruth mentioning she converted some fiat to metal. Awesome. Congratulations. Good, good job. Keep going. Don't stop.
See, shoot. Did I do it? Is it good? Am I
Uh,
here?
yeah,
Can
you're
you see
here.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can everyone else see me? Can everyone else hear me? All right. That this is I do not know how to use computers. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Next time you want to set that up, you might want to tell me ahead of time.
I texted you and said I'm using my laptop for the first
Yeah,
time
yeah, but
today.
you were
Yeah.
telling me you had no idea what you were doing. I'm going to assume you know what you're doing.
No, I have no clue. I figured out how to turn the darn thing on. That's as
Yeah,
far as
somebody
I
says
got.
try closing out both and coming back in. You can't actually close out both and come back in because we'll lose the whole stream.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Yeah, can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. When I told everyone that I was technologically, mechanically, and everything else stupid, I really am. I do
We'll,
not know how to use computers.
we'll say challenged. We'll say challenged, not stupid. Definitely challenged. Uh, oh,
So, hi everyone. I'm sorry for being scatterbrained. I'm mom brain today, total
oh no.
mom brain. Yeah. So
Oh
it's terrible. It's terrible.
no. Well,
First, I got to do some shout outs today. Okay. I got mail. Thank you for this, the elderberry extract. Thank you. I saw G2 in here. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I absolutely love this. I can't wait to use it. It's elderberry extract. I am so excited to use this because you guys know that I am elderberry crazy. So I absolutely love elderberry. So I can't wait to use that. And then I know someone said that they were sending me something, but I'm like, I couldn't remember who did. So whoever sent me 2 pounds of coffee,
oh
oh
my.
my God, you guys.
Nice.
And it smells really good. I just want to keep smelling it because it has the little thing here where you can smell it. It's
Nice.
Mackinac Island fudge. Yeah.
Nice.
So I just want to keep smelling it. And then I put it in my purse already. Mom, Penelope.
Hey, Autumn,
Um,
Autumn, while you're doing that, I'll be back. Okay?
okay.
Keep doing that.
What'd I do with it? I put it in my purse already because this is something that everyone should have in their EDC or their bug out bag. What I do with it? It's a book that was sent to me. Oh no. That's terrible. Oh my goodness gracious. Um, where did I put it? Mom, did you happen to see my book? It's a little blue book. Wow. Oh my gosh. I have to dig into the black hole. Hang on. You'd get lost in this darn thing. Shush. This is terrible. I'm sorry, guys, but it's here somewhere. Oh my God. I wonder if I put it in my other bag for safekeeping. I bet you I did. It's a little book, and it has a list of like all different kinds of stores and everything that that kind of store would carry. And it's just amazing. So when I find it, I will do an actual video just on that book because it's that awesome. I can't believe I must have put it in my bug out bag. That's exactly where I put it. It's in my bug out bag. So there you are. So yeah, Diane, it is the abyss. It's terrible, isn't it? But I literally have everything in there, and oh God, I can't believe I can't find my. I must have put it in my bug out bag. Oh well.
Where's that at?
Oh,
The bag.
it's in my car in the trunk. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah. So so go ahead, Trish. I know you wanted to say something. I'm sorry.
No, no, I'm just back. Sorry, something came up.
Oh, okay. Um, and the video that I did today, someone had said, quite a few people had said something about the thing that I had showed at the very end of the video, that it was not, it wasn't real yet, or something like that. So it's actually good to know, but it's obvious it's where we're headed, or something like that. You guys had said so. Sad that we would even be going towards that. So
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
it's
was
not
the reporting of.
yeah, it's not yet, but it's definitely on the way. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's just a repeat of history. We've discussed that already. It's what happened
Yeah.
80 years ago.
Yes.
And,
Yes. Exactly.
you know, so as I've always said, throughout the historical record, all you really have to do is look at what has happened. It will repeat itself. It always
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So it's
I had to get.
quite surprising that they would put it up there like that, but not really.
Well, it was sent to me by a subscriber, and normally you guys don't send me anything unless you've researched it yourself. So, but it does make you think, and it makes you think of, if this is where we're headed, we're in trouble.
Yep.
We're in serious trouble.
Yep.
And the thing of it is that I had sent it to my mom in an email, and she put it on Facebook.
Oh,
And
nice.
within seconds, it was taken down.
I bet. I bet.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then she put it back up again. She don't care. She's one.
You want to talk about troublemaker? All right.
Oh yeah, she's worse than me.
Oh, so I see where you get it from.
No. This is Sean's mom now.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm the quiet one.
You're not the quiet one. Who are you talking to?
All right. So we have a good question in here. I'm just going to start off with.
Did you see what Marbury just said? Link to Trish's YouTube channel is dead.
Is that a shock? No, it's not a shock.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know that that's correct. I haven't attempted it. So it probably isn't. It may just be because a digit or two is off from what she's looking at. Because you posted it once or twice, and some of the posts that you put up didn't work. I was on it today, and it worked fine. But that doesn't mean it still does. So we'll see. Unfortunately, I am not able to get onto my channel from the other phone that I'm now on. Not as easily, anyway. Unless you put yours on here. I don't know that you did.
oh no. This channel does not exist.
Yeah, and so here's the problem. It's not that. It's the way you put it on there. You copied and pasted, but I think you eliminated a digit because I was on it today and it does exist and it does work. And I posted a video. So I think it's just the way you put it on there. Yeah, because I got that message yesterday. I got that message yesterday and I was on it today. And
all right, I'll go to another one.
Yeah.
And
again, I think it's just the way it was copied and pasted incorrectly. That's all. So,
okay, yeah, there it is. Woo!
Yeah, so my channel is there. It does work. If you can put it in the live chat there for with the link, then that's fine. Anyway, So back to, there was a question or a statement made in here that I wanted to address. Now I got to find it again. Okay, Mr. Wrongdoing Right wrote, question, the roll up your sleeve is being forced, but when we cannot buy and sell anymore, will we be able to survive on the food we have in storage? As to how long will last until we no longer exist? So, complicated and difficult question. Yeah. If you can no longer buy or sell, that's what the bartering is for. And that's why I keep trying to tell people to get some of the shiny stuff. One, you can barter with it. Two, you can utilize it in other ways. But that's what the little shiny stuff is for. The dimes. You buy a week's worth of food, if not more, with that. So it won't be easy to do. You're gonna have to be very careful how you do it. But any of that shiny stuff that you all know I tend to like is what you really need for that kind of situation. So it's not something that we want to think about, but the other part of that is make sure that you can grow some of your own.
Yeah.
I mentioned 2 days ago when we did a live that I purchased a seed bank. And it was an expensive one, but you don't have to get the largest one. I did it for a community because that's what I do. But that also gives you enough seeds to be able to barter with. So you have to make sure you can provide for yourself. The government, even though they're handing out all this free money, and even though they keep sending out stimulus and God forbid more unemployment, and, oh, let's do it for life. Yeah, they're not really gonna, because once you can no longer sign here or take that jab, then you won't be able to get that stuff,
Right.
money stuff, the digital part of the money. For now, you can get it. But as ridiculous as it is, they are talking about, and extending the moratorium for a span of time. Who knows how long now? It may go longer. I think if they go into another shut in, then they'll have to go longer. Because they can't say shut in and, oh, you got to go, right? So now they're talking about extending federal unemployment. FPUC, whatever they call it, it's still FUC. All of it is. All of it is. It screws everybody for the future. And they're talking about, now it's not permanent yet, but they're talking about making federal unemployment permanent for people that are gig workers or formerly self-employed, right? Because they killed so many businesses.
Right.
They'd rather have you collecting from the government and be dependent on them than be independent on your own. This is driving me personally crazy here because we used to be the land of opportunity. We used to be able to think big and have your own business someday and be independent, right? And they're killing all of that. Every last speck of it, they're killing. And now with this potential federal unemployment that may become permanent, that is their discussion. And what you got to understand is none of these discussions happen unless they're already pre-planning to do it. Just as I've said to you guys with everything else, that has now shown up, right? So as Autumn and I were discussing earlier, anyone who has kids and who planned on raising them in the land of opportunity to be able to think for themselves, and get a college education, perhaps, or start your own business someday. They're going to make it more and more difficult. The kids today are not going to know what we knew growing up. So, that's one of the topics tonight anyway, federal unemployment and its continuation, along with housing and its continued
Right.
mandate. And now, yeah.
That.
Also, on my list, the FEMA test. Why all of a sudden? What do you think? What do you guys think? You know, this isn't just Autumn and I talking. We're on here to hear from you guys too. What do you think?
Yes. Yes.
What's your opinion about this FEMA test? And apparently the backup FEMA test, which is funny, you know, you would think a FEMA test is just what it is, but they put a backup date of the 25th. Why?
Yeah.
What, if they can't do it? Why can't you do it? Why do you have to have a backup date?
You know what, Marie? I don't know if you can block your phone from these, or can you? I don't, well, maybe it's just the presidential ones you can't block. I don't know if you can block these or not.
Well, there are ways that you can, you know, put them on vibrate maybe and not have them be so atrociously loud. So, you know, is there more to it? Some people wonder, is there another person involved in this? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. You can block it, Willie. I don't know. I mean,
Tom Vickers, the 25th. Yes, that's a backup date for their emergency alert on 8/11. Why would they put a backup date? But they did. I don't quite get it. It's a good question that someone just posted. I'm just gonna initialize it and say ML in Australia. The rest of you can look up what that is. I don't want to get knocked off the channel. You know that happened. So I don't know. Someone is stating that ML could possibly happen sometime mid-August. I don't know. I really don't. I have heard things, but any of that I can't say. And there's nothing in there that makes me want to believe it. So hey, Nikki.
hi, Nick.
So let's talk about the state of the economy for a moment. Yeah. Well, I started off with extended unemployment for federal that they're proposing right now. Unbelievable that they're going to consider the idea of putting people on federal unemployment for life. Yeah. It's not done yet, but that's what they're looking at doing. And then, of course, how many millions of small businesses are now gone? So add to that the housing moratorium, which they've slightly extended, but isn't going to last. And I'm shocked that they actually extended it at all.
I know.
Because by extending it, they're pushing it closer to winter. And then what are you going to do? Push people out in the winter? So you know they're going to have to extend it. They're going to have to. They won't have a choice. They really won't. So, yes.
And there you go.
Extended it illegally. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Extended it illegally as well. Yeah, okay. Quite honestly, I think everything from the time frame of the beginning of November has been, don't you? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. You don't have to agree with me. It's just my opinion. Yeah, I'm feeling bad for the landlords myself. I was a landlord, so yeah, I don't know how I would have done it. In many ways, thank God I'm out of that. No way. So, yeah, so Anybox saying, but job numbers are up. No, they're not. Those are fake. Anybody that has looked at the state of the economy knows that's not the case. They're doing anything and everything they can to make it look good. That's also why they take the cost of food out of the index that they're actually using for inflation. They take the cost and the rise of gasoline out of it. Anything that you buy on a daily or weekly basis, they've removed from everything. Everything. So the question is of, would that not destroy the middle class? Of course it will. Middle class doesn't exist anymore. Just so you know. And
It's either you're up here or you're down here.
Exactly. They're absolutely trying to create a two-tier society. Absolutely. They want to wipe everyone in the middle out. So as to the comment on the FEMA camp, yes, of course they can get used. Of course. But do you realize how they're going to get used? When you run out of food, where are you going to go?
Yeah.
They're going to say, oh, come here. We have plenty of food. We'll feed you. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. Do you think you're honestly getting out? Forget the shots. Forget any of that. Do you think you're honestly going to get out?
No, of course not.
No. They'll lead you in like lambs to the slaughter for food. But if you think for a second that you're going to get out of them, you're dead wrong. So all I can tell you is stack it to the rafters, people. Get as much as you can. And I don't, quite frankly, at this stage, care what you buy. But I do care, and have cared all along, that you buy a few of these. At $25. There's a little commission on it. Okay, it might be like 32 with the commission, but buy a few of these. I don't make anything off of telling you this. I'm trying to protect you. Yes, someone else is going to come in and say, but you can't eat gold or silver. That's true. But it can help you with other things.
Yeah.
So if you have a little bit of that, do it.
Right. But see, this is why Trish and I have been trying to literally get it through your heads. You really have to stuck it to the rafters, head on a swivel, know your surroundings, know who's around you. Don't tell anyone what you have. No
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And do not say, yeah, I got the arm candy. No, I didn't get the arm candy. This is what I have. This is what I don't have. I mean, if you were to tell me or Trish, okay, that's fine. Why? Because you're looking for advice. We're not going to say anything. Why? Because we don't want anyone to know what we have. We're not going to say anything. We're only trying to help you. But, because I know a lot of times you want help with your inventory and stuff like that, right? But shh on it. Okay? Hush. Seriously. But stack it. Don't stop stacking it. Learn how to preserve your food if you haven't already. Mylar bags, oxygen absorber packs. Get a food saver. You can get them cheaper than 150. I've seen them because why? Because I bought one.
Yeah.
Learn how to pressure can. Learn how to dry can.
Yeah.
These are the things that we have to do. Okay. Get a food dehydrator. These are things that we have to do because you don't want to end up in one of those camps why? Because you ran out of food. Why? Because you didn't listen.
And I do have I'm not going to give it to you right now, but I will include it in the comment section for this video later. A link
Yes.
to a video that is, well, it's a little bit lengthy, but it is well worth the watch, okay? So I'll tell you now what it is. It is a former FEMA employee, and she gives you the rundown, okay?
Yeah.
She's on the good side, but she exposes their bad side. So I will put it in the comments section when we're done here tonight. So I do have it. I have also shared it with Autumn. She's already watched it. It is something, well, I hope that wakes some people up, but it's extremely scary in a way, and it's not done to scare you. It's done to enlighten you as to what FEMA really is. Okay?
Right.
So I do have it. I will put it in the comment section tonight. So check back maybe, I don't know, an hour after we're done, and I'll have it in there for you guys. So you take it, you do what you want with it. I am not the one that made it. Neither is Autumn. It is an actual FEMA employee.
That's right. And also, my mechanic, his name is Dave, and his girlfriend, they have a business. It's in the Hernando County area, okay, which is a part of Tampa Bay, okay. And I know I have a lot of people in the Tampa Bay area that are watching this that are subscribers, okay. He owns a business called Consumer Car Care. It's on 19 and Forest Oaks Boulevard. He's one of us. Okay. So he can be trusted. Okay. He contacted me today. And why? Because he wants, some advice on food preservation, stuff like that. And he also told me where to go for canning jars because he just went and bought some. So he said that if you go into his shop and mention my code ABG, you will get discounts on getting your car fixed, on car parts and stuff like that. So all of his information is in the description box below. And just call Dave and tell him, hey, Autumn sent me to you. Okay. So he's willing to help out any way that he possibly can, because like I said, he is one of us. I've known him for 15 years. He's a good guy. And he's not one of those that once a woman walks into his mechanic shop, he's not one of those. Okay. So just so you know, he can be 100% trusted. All right. So.
All right. Someone asking on here, question, when do you think this will all go down? If you're talking about if you're talking about when is FEMA going to be doing all these things, or when is the government going to be doing all of this stuff? Well, they're already getting their ducks in a row and mostly have it done already. So what you need to do is get your ducks in a row
Mm-hmm.
so that you don't have to go out there and have the exposure to them. You know, it won't be easy, but we're even going to have to act the part of, I don't know, being hungry in a way. Because you can't avoid people forever, right? You're going to be around people now and then.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't let people know that you're not in the same position that they're in.
Right.
You need to learn how to become the gray man too.
Yeah, and I think that that's going to be hard for a lot of us to become gray man because a lot of us, we stick out. Like, I think it would be hard for me to be gray man. One, because people know me. Two, I stick out. I really do. I stick out. Why? Because of my mouth. I stick out. I'm loud. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't know how to whisper. But not just that, I don't know how to lie either. I think that's a downfall of mine. But yeah, follow the crowd. You're right, Brandy. But when you just stick out like I do, it's kind of hard.
So
It
somebody
really
is
is.
asking about whether or not that green thing could be faked.
The green thing can be faked.
Yeah,
Oh.
so let me address that. What did they do 80 years ago? Again, I always go back to 80 or 100 years. Always. And I always will. What did they do? Papers. Didn't they make papers?
Yeah.
It's a little more difficult and tricky these days because a lot of things are electronic, and when it's QR, maybe not. But when it's papers, of course it can be. Of course it can be. So you can email me on that. All right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm going to say about it. Anyone that is listening got that. I hope. I'm not going to say it again. So the state of the economy now is to a degree that I never thought I'd see it. Thank you for that comment. I never thought I'd see an economy where you couldn't plan for the future as a good one. I mean, really? But there is now no way to save money. There's no way to plan to pay off your home. There's no way to secure something unless you do these. I'm telling you, it's the only thing you can do.
Right.
Anything else, they'll steal. Why? Because you may own your home, but you still have to pay a tax bill on it. And if you think they won't raise that, you're wrong.
Right. Hang on. Northern Girl Hobbies. It's in the description box, sweetheart. His link, okay? all that info is in the description box, and use my code, okay? No worries. I got you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Mr. Wrong doing right. What kind of coins are there? Silver. I don't care what denomination you pick, but silver. I do the silver dollars, but do what you want. Just get assorted sizes. Wow, 4,000 for property taxes.
Whoa, I just saw that. Ouch.
Is that per quarter or per year?
Like, whoa.
Well, quite honestly, if it's per year, well, depending on the size of the property, it's actually kind of cheap compared to what I used to pay. So, again, depending on the size of the property, though, it's all relative.
But you know what? When the values of our homes go up, our property taxes go up, our homeowners insurance go up, and stuff like that too. So is that your new property taxes? Because mine just went pew too, you know?
Yeah. But when the housing bubble goes down, do you expect that tax bill to go way down?
Mine does.
That's
Mine
not
does.
the history. That's not the history of what usually happens. If it does, then okay, then they're actually doing it correctly. But in
Yeah,
my
mine
experience,
does.
when 2008 happened, mine didn't go down. It just went up
Now,
and up and up. Yeah. So some people are asking about that green thing. What is that green thing? It's called the green passport. You'll have to check it out to figure out what it is. We really can't talk about it on here or we have a problem. So, I started talking
you're
about
lucky,
tonight.
Diane. Jeez. In Alabama, no one over the age of 65 pays property taxes. That's insane. That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, you still have to pay
Yeah.
property taxes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I started talking about federal unemployment tonight. There's a proposal in that is going to make federal unemployment, or the FPUC part of unemployment, permanent. Permanent. And I believe it equates to $300 a week. Yeah, they're talking about making it permanent, especially for people that had small businesses that are no longer operating. But while it's good that they're giving people that had small businesses something, it's pretty sad that you had to lose your business in order to get it. And $300 a week is nothing if you lost your business. So, with regard to that comment about Mike Pompeo mentioning a collapse being unavoidable, I do believe we've been talking about that for the last 6 months. It's coming.
That's why I put it up there.
It's coming. None of us can give you an exact date on that, and we'd be crazy to even try. But what has been happening is it's not going to be one of those things that goes straight off a cliff. It's just going to be gradual, a deflationary event of the stock market. If it does perhaps crash, well, wouldn't ML start? I think so. Martial law. I think it would. I could be wrong. I don't think I am, though. In my experience, when something like that happens in the state of an economy like we have right now, with mass unemployment and a food shortage, come on.
Thank you.
So you put all of these things together,
Oh,
and if they drop the housing moratorium, which I don't think they will, but if they do, that pushes how many people out right before winter? This is an absolute crime that they're doing. They're not just stealing your jobs, stealing the businesses, stealing the homes, stealing your money. This should be something where capital punishment is allowed because of what they're doing. Yeah, it's all part of the plan, of course. We know. And we've been saying it on this channel from the beginning. And I'm one of those that isn't going to shut up about it. So somebody asked me the other day, do you have any good news? I'd love to give you good news. The news that I do have that's good is the sun will shine again tomorrow, and it will look like another new day. But they're still going to be trying to steal everything they can. So, what do you guys think about the state of the economy? As you see it in your state, what does it look like to you? And for those that are overseas, different nations, what do you think? Nikki, yeah, she asked me that question every single day. Do you have any good news?
Yeah,
I
I
love to
know.
give you some.
Sometimes I just wake up and I regret, I don't even want to touch my phone, my tablet, nothing. I'm just like, oh, not today, not today, you
Right.
know.
So somebody mentioning, will this change if the GOP takes over? Well, I'll be honest with you. You got good and bad in both parties. And that's the truth. Yeah, some people are waking up, and I'm glad they are.
Mhm.
And I hope that some people that are listening have changed their habits because of something that we've said. I hope. I hope people have stacked more food in their homes. I hope you've bought some silver. I hope
Yeah.
that you know that we're
course.
here to help.
Oh yeah.
I hope you know that. And if we can help at all, just say so. So somebody asked, is there relief for property owners who are renting out? How are they supposed to pay their mortgages? Well, see, that's the reason why they keep extending this. They don't want you to own the property. They don't want you to own the property at all. They want you to default so that the big guys can buy you out. because they don't want you to own either. It's not just that they don't want homeowners not to own and to have to rent apartments, but they don't want other landlords in the mix. So the more people that are landlords that default, the better for them. So they'll extend this and keep extending this until you do. Sorry, but that's the
Yeah,
truth.
but don't people realize that when you don't pay your mortgage,
Of course they
that
know.
at some point you are going to have to pay all that back?
Unless you walk away, which is what they're planning on.
So these people who are not paying their mortgage, they want to walk away?
No, nobody wants to, but at a certain point, they won't have a choice unless they can come up with that money. And I'm talking about at the moment, not just mortgage people, but landlords. Okay? That's what this whole plan is all about. To extend the moratorium isn't just to keep people in their places. It's to make sure that you don't get the rent money even longer, so that the landlord defaults and the property now goes to who? The bank. And then BlackRock or some other big conglomerate is going to buy them out, because that's what they do.
So those of us that have been paying our mortgage on time every single month and have no intention on stopping,
You've got a target on your back.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But for those of us that have paid our mortgages off, our homes are completely paid off, because there's a lot of those in here in the chat right now.
You've still got a target on your back.
So this is a lose-lose regardless. It's a lose-lose, and there's,
Not yet. Not yet,
Lord
because
have mercy.
that part hasn't happened yet, but they can raise the taxes at any time. And my point is, the more people they put out of business, the more people they put out of jobs, you still have a tax bill, whether you own the property or not. So as long as you can pay it, which means secure some of this, because that's one of the reasons for having it. These will go up. And as your tax bills go up and yet your pay has come down, or perhaps you don't have it anymore, now you can use this to pay your tax bill and retain what you own.
There's that.
Well, you can look at it a lot of different ways. And that would not be wrong. I've said this a lot, and I feel like I'm beating my head against the wall sometimes in saying it, but I know you guys hear me. I know you do. So are they trying to bankrupt America? Yes. Hello. Yes.
Thank you,
already
Kelly.
there. We're already there. It's the individuals now they're trying to do that to, and they've done that to a vast majority. And are they going to try doing it to even more? Yes. So that's part of why we're saying coming together here as a community of people, sticking together, building that community, even though we're distant in many ways. But now you got to get to know the people in your own community. You need to. Those neighbors that didn't know each other, you need to start getting to know them. Keep your
Yeah.
mouth shut.
Right. Mr. Wrongdoing Right. He just said, what if in Florida you don't pay your taxes? Will they come and get you too? Because I just bought land in Jacksonville, Florida. What I do know is, because it happened to a coworker of Sean's. because her house was completely paid off. Okay. She did not pay like her property taxes for like 2 years or something like that. And it went to an auction or something like that. And right before they were about to auction it off, she paid like all of the property taxes and they took it off the auction block.
Yeah.
So it goes to like a state auction or county auction or something like that. That's what I do know.
That's common.
Yeah.
With anything related to taxes. Yes.
Right. Right.
But it's not like they're going to come and get you and put you in jail. No, they're just going to
No.
auction it off.
No. Yeah.
And they give you so many days to get out. But what happens is the person that buys it has to actually get you out of the home. So then they have to evict you. And you have
Right.
to go through the eviction process. Unless you willingly leave. And then you don't have to have that on your record. But either
Right.
way, it's still bad.
Right. Okay. It's the same way in Missouri. Okay.
Yeah. Most states are like that. I think they follow each other for the most part.
Yeah.
So
I
as I was
wasn't sure.
mentioning, with regard to landlords, yeah, they know that they're making it more difficult on the landlord because the landlords still have to maintain the properties. They still have to do all of that.
Yeah.
And yet they're doing it with no money and having to pay the mortgage.
Yeah. Yep.
And the taxes. And of course, anything that they may have included in it to begin with. Some places include
Right.
electric, some don't, but you still got to keep it on for them. You don't have a choice.
Yep. Because it's
So,
against the law to turn the electricity off in a rental
correct. But yet
and the water.
they haven't paid anything, right? Perhaps some people
Right.
have, maybe some people haven't. So how do you then deal with that?
So how does eviction affect social credit score? Well, it affects your credit score just in general, like today, now, you know, like even if this social credit score were not to go into effect, your credit score, your whole history gets literally demolished by an eviction. If you were to have an eviction 20 years ago, you wouldn't be able to rent today because of an eviction from 20 years ago. It follows you for life. It's ridiculous. It's almost like being a criminal. Oh, they have an eviction. Oh, God. You know, it's like, sorry, I was a kid back then and I was irresponsible and a jackass. But, you know, being a 40-year-old adult with a family, you know, it's one of those.
Marcy asked, do you know the history of the Pazor family? Yes, I do.
Yes.
Not something I want to get
Who?
into on here. We will be shut down in a heartbeat. But yes,
Who?
I know the Pazor family.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, well, they go back a ways, quite a long ways. Let's just call it done.
Oh.
So someone asking again about 811 and the emergency broadcast system. Yeah, I think they're going to use it. Is it going to be exactly on 811 or the week of 811? I don't know. They say they are. The backup date is 8/25. What are they going to use it for? I don't know. I have a good guess, but I still don't know for sure.
A lot of
there's
things keep coming out about 811.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know
there's
what
a
it
lot,
is.
there's a lot of chatter on the back channels about what if it's something else. It could be. I don't know. DeFi Dad asks, where does cryptocurrency fit into all of this? What I will tell you is if you own any of the big ones, keep them. Chances are you've done some trading on it if you have it already. Don't let them go. If you have the smaller ones and you're profitable, you might want to dump them. But I'm not saying dump them permanently. I think when a few of the lower ones go low enough, you might want to buy them again. So they're trying to regulate the heck out of them, and that's what's scaring people. But I think there's a lot of money to be made there if you have the stomach for it.
Right.
Will lockdowns be addressed in the broadcast? Oops. Will shutdowns be addressed in the broadcast? Chances are, yeah. Chances are. But I don't know. They said they were writing it up. I have no idea. Could they do it like that? Given the fact that they know that they've already accidentally leaked it, and people that listen to that leak have hopefully already taken care of some things. Maybe they give you a week. I don't know. I just know if you're waiting until the 11th to go and buy what you need, that's a mistake. So if I could pay off my mortgage, should I? Well, if it's a small amount and you have enough left over to make sure you're not broke and you can still pay the taxes and still pay your regular bills, then yeah, I would never tell you not to. But don't go paying off medical bills right now. Make them wait. Send them $5 a month. They can't touch you. It won't help your credit, but if you pay them $5, they can't demolish you either. Cyan mentioning any debt that people can pay off that they should as soon as possible. To a degree, I agree, but not medical. Save your money for the physical things that you need to pay off, like your home or a car, not medical. Everything else, regular credit cards. You want to pay down a Visa and make your regular payments on everything else. Those other cards are going to go bye-bye. Visa will be left standing. MasterCard might be left standing for a while, but those other ones are going away. And the debt will go away with it. So I'm not saying don't make your payment. Make what you have to. But don't do the medical stuff. Just pay them $5 a month. Someone just said pay $5 to who? I'm talking about if you have medical debt that you normally are making payments on, just pay them $5 and don't go looking to make a lot of those payments, high payments. Just send them $5.
Right.
All they can do is send you a notice and say you owe money. That's fine. Send it back to them and say, I know, and send them $5. Amex, Discover, will they go away? Yes. Amex will take a little longer. Discover will be pretty quick. Any of the other minor cards. Amex, yeah, it's a major card, but it has less people using it. And they don't get much interest because the ones that have American Express generally pay their balances in full every month or come close to it. So they don't make as much money. Visa makes a killing. Lorenzo asking about a permanent shutdown. No, it would be impossible to do a permanent shutdown. It would be impossible. Lead by example. Should I transfer my Visa balance to Discover? I'm not going to tell you to do that. No. Bank of America, they will last. I've seen their logo in too many things. They will last. Do I need to take money out of the bank? Thank you, Rena, for asking that question. I would never tell you to do so, but I will tell you I don't keep any more than 1 month's worth of money in the bank. Having been a banker for many years, I don't trust them. And the more I see each day, the more it reinforces the fact that I'm not putting any more than 1 month's worth of money in the bank. And someone came out a little while ago and said that what I was saying was incorrect, that when you put money into the bank, it does not turn into shares. Oh my, you are wrong. They have the ability to take your money, convert it to shares anytime they wish, and then you are left owning worthless shares in a worthless bank, and they take your money. You can think I'm wrong if you wish, but I'm not. So don't keep any more than 1 month's worth of money in the bank. I know you need cash. I'm not saying convert it all to gold and silver right now, but put some into it and hang on to it. As you need to pay those bills, put the money in the bank to be able to do it. You are much better off to have cash in your hand than you are to have it in the bank. At least here you can access it. Here you don't have to go to an ATM machine. Here you don't have to say, oh, can I have some of my money, please? And then get rejected because they won't give it to you.
Dad.
So, times in law, food more valuable than money. Yes, it is. You need money to get the food, but yes. So stock up, prep if you haven't. If you have some extra, convert a little bit over into metal. And that you can use moving forward from here. And you'll have food to eat because you prepped already.
Yes, there, that. Seeds, coffee, simple barter. Yes.
Yes, and a really good one. Food and coffee. Who doesn't like both? Other than chocolate, I can't think of many others to fill in.
And that. Times in law. Thank you for this. Use your money now for food, clothes, and water. Thank you.
Yes, I agree. and a little bit of chocolate. I'm hitting the chocolate. So RBJ, you're asking about the 195. Send me an email.
Yes, and this too, treasure seeker. Thank you. Alcohol and tobacco is really good for bartering, unless, of course, you smoke yourself, or you like to have you get your drink on, or whatever the case may be. You know, I I know people who are not just doing the cigarette thing, but they're doing what is that stuff called? The tobacco. It comes in a can. That um, or they're buying loose tobacco with the cigarette tubes, and there's a machine and the thing, and you make them yourself, and stuff like that. So maybe that would be like a cheaper alternative than to buy already made cigarette things. You know what I mean? And cigars, like the little cigars, whatever they are. Um, Also, a lot of people now are vaping. Maybe try doing that, getting stuff for that. That's a good barter item as well, because a lot of people don't smoke anymore, they vape. But yeah, alcohol, like the little bottles, not, you don't have to get huge bottles of vodka or anything like that, get the little ones with the sip, give them a can of Coke here, vodka and Coke, or rum and Coke, or whatever. Yes, Heather, thank you. The cigarellos, the little, yeah, not going to be handing out Cubans, for crying out loud. Matches, lighter, candle, yes, exactly. Rice and beans. Matter of fact, Trish and I were having a very good conversation the other night for barter items. And we both decided that we're going to be making, what would you call them? Like barter bags?
Yeah.
Trish, would you
Yeah.
call it
Yeah.
a barter
Yeah.
bag?
Yeah.
Okay, so get these are Dollar Tree items, right?
Yep.
A 1 pound bag of rice, a 1 pound bag of beans, like the salt and pepper. It comes in a little pack at the Dollar Tree, the salt and the pepper. Okay,
Yep.
and then like a thing of tuna or chicken, the canned chicken or whatever. Okay, and like little things like that, and maybe spend $5 on each bag. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, condoms. We don't need to reproduce in this world anymore. Anyway,
I'm not
and
including that.
save
I'm not including that.
save all your Walmart bags or your Target bags, right? Because what we're doing is like our 5 gallon buckets, and we're already having these bags made up and put in 5 gallon buckets. So we don't have to go scrounging around and looking for something to barter with. We're already going to have these bags made up.
This is what I'm doing. Now, this is my chocolate bag, okay? So this doesn't count, but a 1 gallon Ziploc bag. That's what I'm using.
Right.
Easy and simple. In other words, if you can't close it, you put too much in it. So pick something else. In other words, just pick what you can easily fit in a Ziploc bag to close it.
Right.
And know what you're putting in it. Figure out price-wise what that costs you and what it's worth as a barter. And then for me personally, I'm just putting several in a box that I have near accessibility to from the front of my location.
Right.
You know what I mean by that? So that I don't have to go hunting for it. And so that if it's ever needed quickly, it's nearby.
Right.
I'm not including alcohol or tobacco in any of that. That would be a sweetener if I'm trying to sweeten the pot. So would sugar.
Right.
But just something simple, a 1 pound bag of rice, a 1 pound bag of beans, as we mentioned, salt and pepper, tuna, chicken, anything that you would easily be able to get and find value in for food on a daily basis. Maybe peanut butter, maybe a small thing of jelly, something like that. But you know, it gets more complicated when it comes down to a bag if you're going to start including jars of stuff. So whatever it is that you find relatively inexpensive, but yet something that can feed a person for quite a few days, which is what
Right.
those
Like,
one-time bags can do.
right. So like we figured like 3 days worth of food for a barter bag. So it would be the rice, the beans, a can of tuna or chicken, peanut butter and jelly. Like, you know how you can get the small jars of peanut butter and the small jars of jelly at Dollar Tree, right? Because someone had just said, would it be, oh, where is it? And Lackey just said the barter bag should be at current prices. Right. Yeah. Go to Dollar Tree, and you don't want to go overboard for each barter bag, but you want to have it enough to where it would be like 3 days worth of food for that person. So like this would be like for an SHTF scenario. Okay. You need something done at your homestead because you're not able to do it, but someone comes along and says, well, I can do this. I'll be like, okay, well, I'll give you 3 days worth of food if you do this. A straggler or somebody who doesn't have any food, they're going to jump at that chance to have that 3 days worth of food to fix something. So, that's how we're seeing it.
I see that as if you're having someone fix something outside, not inside.
Right, not inside, it'd be outside. Right.
I just wanted to be clear on that. I don't want people thinking that we're saying, hey, come fix something inside your house. That don't do.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm doing bags like that with stuff that I can easily secure. And I would have probably normally given away to other people anyway. Since, I deal with food pantries and whatnot. But any way you can do it, if you can do it with dollar store stuff, do it. And just have a few. I mean, hell, even at that point, if there's some people that you know that you would like to help, but you're only going to help them one time. Sometimes you want to do that just to get somebody to go. And maybe you do.
Oh, the bags of rice at your Dollar Tree are 2 pounds. Oh, okay. Well, because the bags here at Dollar Tree, they're only 1 pound bags. So they're different at every store.
You could easily, though, break them up and put them into Ziploc bags, smaller Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
Use the lunch size sandwich bags.
Right.
Believe me, they're not going to care if they come in a regular bag or another bag at that stage. They're not going to care. They want the food.
And just like Lisa just said, just remember, if you do it once, they'll come back. Well, right. But, this is for bartering.
Right. Well, you got to be careful where you do it. In most cases for bartering, you're not going to be doing it from your home.
Right.
So I know you're talking about, for someone helping around the house, but in most cases, you're not going to do it for that.
No, I was just giving an example of.
I know, but they're not. What I'm saying is they're not going to come back to your home in that case because you're not going to be doing it at your home. I wouldn't.
Can openers, yes, the manual can openers, yeah.
What about that?
No, someone said, don't forget can openers. And I said, yes, manual can openers.
Yeah, I'm not passing those out. I'm not going to do it.
No, I think they were talking about for themselves.
Yeah. People can figure out how to take care of that. So with regard to this, the only reason why we're talking about it is because those FEMA camps are set up specifically to help feed you. They are. And they'll help you. But that's their way of casting out the net to get as many people vaccinated as possible. So, like it or not, don't put yourself in a position where you need to go to one of those places. Okay? Because once you're there, you won't have a choice. And if people don't want to believe it, they're already forcing that in other nations on people. So, just don't.
Cat just drank pickle juice. That's gross.
Well, why would you give it to a cat? I like pickle juice. Why would you give it to a cat?
She probably left it out on the counter or something. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a good idea. Yeah. Sweet and Spicy saying, remember the food car lines last year that
Yep.
were rows of 20 cars wide waiting for food? Yeah. Picture those lined up at the FEMA camp.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yep, I remember that. It was at the food. That happened at the food pantry, right down by Raymond James Stadium. That happened in Tampa. It's crazy.
Yeah. Happened in Texas. Happened in a lot of places. Nobody ever really thought that they'd see that, and then it was like, wow, the comments that I heard were, well, those are really nice cars in those lines. Yeah, some of them may have had nice cars, but you know what? That doesn't mean they're not hungry now because they ran out of
Yeah,
food.
well, because a lot of people lost their jobs, and oh my God, it was terrible last year.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it
it
wasn't
hit a
so
lot of
easy.
us last year.
And it wasn't so easy to just say, well, I'll part with my car, because then how do you get to anywhere? Not
No, I
easy.
know. It was bad.
So
I
what
mean,
do?
I've said this
Volunteer.
before. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Sean went from working 50, 60 hours a week down to 1 day a week. 1 day.
Yeah.
And he works for Homeland Security. So you can imagine what it was like when we're used to living a certain lifestyle. And we were like, ooh, we went through all of our savings. And then when that happened, we were living on our credit cards. It was hard.
Yeah.
We were paying our mortgage and stuff like that with credit cards. Do you know how hard that is? It's not easy. So that's when I was just like, I'll start my YouTube channel. And that's exactly what I did. And here I am today.
And here we are. Absolutely. Barb made an interesting comment that I'm not going to repeat, but Barb, please take a look later tonight at the link that I'm going to put in the comment section. Thank you. So, do we have any suggestions for people living in apartments? Well, you're kind of in a spot where it's not going to be easy, right? Get what you can. And I can't say much about that. It's going to be how much can you get and how much can you stack in there, right? Because I know in most cases people don't have much more than 2-bedroom apartments. Some have 3, but usually you have quite a few people in your home at that stage, and that means you still have to feed multiple people. That's not an easy one. I don't know. Just don't tell anyone what you get.
Yeah. Hi, Prepper 101. It was nice meeting you the other night. Online, that is, because he's in California.
Marcy's still saying that she's still devastated. Well, I assume you mean emotionally about what's going on. You might mean financially because of a lost job, but just hang in there. Hang in there.
Yeah.
Stay prepped. Stay tuned. And if you need anything, just let us know. We'll see if we can help you.
Yeah, you know what? Jake just made a really good comment right here. Gang wars will make a comeback in cities. Yeah. If they haven't already started.
Yeah. Yeah,
I bet
Jason,
you the one that's going to report on that is Jason.
Jason at the Angry Prepper will cover that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. I'm not going to step on those toes. He knows way more about what's going on in the cities on that, you know. He's
Yeah.
awesome. He really is. K-Cat saying they've already started. Yeah, they probably have.
Mm-hmm.
Dean the Cool, you're asking, why do I go to food banks? I help run food banks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just so you know, I fund them. I help in a lot of ways get food delivered to people that need it. That's why I go. Yeah. Thank you. Wannabe prepper. You might want to read that comment. For those that aren't going to be looking at the live chat, I'll read it.
What?
That he's,
Because they can be on candy.
I'm going to cover this first. For those that don't know, the reason why I cover silver and gold is because way back during the Holocaust, you could buy a year's worth. Excuse me. You could bury a year's worth to exchange for food, but you cannot do the same with actual food. That's correct.
Right. Right. That's right.
I'm gonna not address that comment.
No, I know, but I just wanted to put it up there just in case nobody else saw it.
Yeah.
Brandy, thank you. Watch Walton's Little House on the Prairie. Yes. I used to watch those shows all the time when I was little. Is that your phone that went off?
Probably.
Okay.
Happens all the time. Sorry, nothing I can do.
No, I didn't know if it was yours or mine.
Yeah, the phone that I use for doing this at night is also the phone that I use for my clients. So I can't say, sorry, I can't talk to you. I just ignore them while we're live because they should know by now. So I'm going to address this one because I don't want to let this go by. Melody, mentioning that all food banks are funded by the governments and their 5013Cs. You are incorrect. Not all are, many are. The ones that I deal with are not. And I know because I'm actually starting them myself and we're doing it out of pocket. We're not doing any 501c3 at all. For that reason, I don't want any ties to the government in any way. So you are correct that a lot of them are, but not all. So that's a good question. Linda, how much silver do you buy and where do you stash it? Well, I can't tell you where to stash it, right? But I can say be creative and think about fire. So you want to be able to access it if there is one. And how much do you buy? Well, it depends on how much you need. I can't tell you how much to buy. Somebody asked earlier, how much would you have with regard to, excuse me, how much would you pay for silver if it's $25 an ounce? How much should you be paying in commission? Because there is a commission cost. No more than $7. And that sounds high. So if it's 25 bucks, you're going to pay around 32. Yeah, I hear you, but just hang on to it. You will more than make up for it fairly quick. There's no way around the commission price.
The best freeze-dried food, best tasting freeze-dried food, from what I understand, is Four Patriots or Legacy. And if you go to Angry Prepper, he always has links in his description boxes, and I think he has a code. So if you use his code, you get discounts. So I would go to his channel. So at least you're getting it cheaper through him. But from what I understand, they have the better tasting food for freeze dried
Mm-hmm.
is the Four Patriots and Legacy.
Yeah.
And Ed at Patriot Nurse One, or Patriot Nurse, listen to me, Prepper Nurse One. He has he does Legacy food as well, and he swears by Legacy food as well. And I think he has links too. So if you watch Prepper Nurse One, go to his channel, and I think he has codes to use as well. So at least you'll be able to get, some kind of discount. So,
Yeah.
but Legacy and Four Patriot Supply, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Alaskan Prepper also has codes. Okay, so go to his channel too. So,
Yeah.
because at least you
Brandy,
guys know you'll be getting discounts. So,
Brandy asking about a safety deposit box for putting valuable things like silver or gold or any valuable in them. Honestly, I don't
yeah.
know why people even have them at a bank anymore. No, do not put anything of real value, especially metal, in a safety deposit box at a bank. They have the right to open those boxes when they choose. All they have to do is send you a little notice that says they did it, but you won't know until after. And if they find something in there that they want, that the bank deems something that they would like to use, they will. So Tom is asking, in cities, how will food banks work when food is no longer available? Well, they won't,
Right.
will they? Unless it's, again, federally funded and perhaps they require you to have a little arm candy and maybe sign here. People will. Will you be able to pay house payments with silver or gold? I think you'll be able to pay the taxes that way down the road. Will you be able to make the house payments that way? Probably not. You want to answer Tammy's question?
Tammy's question. Tammy. So what do you think Biden is going to do now that Florida governor is standing up to him? I don't know if you guys heard what DeSantis said the other night. He told him, he said, until he does something about their border crisis, he doesn't want to hear a blip out of them about the Rona. And I don't blame him. He's fighting back. He's going to stand up to him. And it's not like he would have much of a I don't know. I mean, you're there's so many governors that are literally going to stand up against this guy. But I think DeSantis is the loudest one. I really do. Him and Abbott, because him and Abbott have gotten together in the past couple of weeks. I do know that. And it had to do with the border crisis. So I don't know.
My opinion on that, I think he's trying to save his job. And I don't mean Biden.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
And Dawn, I don't know press secretary. Are you talking about Psaki, whatever the hell her name is? No lockdowns? Autumn, some questions, true personality about a person. Yeah, I know, Brandy. The press secretary said no lockdowns. Well, you know what? I don't know. I don't. Can we even believe a word that they say?
All I can
No,
say to you is make sure you have food. Make sure you're prepped for anything, right? And as far as buying gold and silver, that's to make sure that you can make a profit off it at the end. If nothing else, secure your finances into something that they can't take away from you. In other words, you hold it in your hand. It's not stuck in the bank where they can bleed it to death.
My mom just ordered more food, she said.
Good. Good. That's never a bad thing.
Oh, okay.
That you can stick on the shelf.
Okay, yeah.
You won't go wrong by having
Non-perishable.
extra food. Yeah, you won't go wrong by having extra food. So I'm glad she woke up on that one. I really am. And I wish more people would. I think they are. I think some are. Unfortunately, not enough.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Sweet and spicy. I don't know about that. I really don't know, hon. I really don't. But Chris, where is your comment, hon? This. Of course they say no to it because they don't want to cause a panic. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to downplay what Dawn just said, because she's, Dawn's like one of my greatest friends. You know what I mean? I trust her like I trust Trish. You know what I mean? But I can't believe a word that comes out of anything that has to do with this administration. I'm sorry. Psaki or however the hell you say her name, whatever her name is,
Yeah.
they're not going to sit there and say, yep, we're going to lock you down. They're not going to, I don't think they would come out and say that. They're going to say it behind closed doors. And then they're going to say, but we can't tell them that.
Yeah.
We can't tell. Here, shiny object. Here you go. Here you go. Don't look at what's going on over here. How many times have they done that and we all fell for it? Not anymore. But you got a message. Go, Mom.
Oh.
They're cheering you on.
That's good.
Yeah, you know what, Lise? If I could afford to buy a freeze dryer, believe me, I would have it. But from what I understand, those things are loud. They throw off a lot of heat, and they're really big.
Yeah, they come in different sizes, but either way, they're loud and they throw off a fair amount of heat. Yeah. I was considering one for the basement here, but to be honest with you, the more I think about it, Well, it's just that much more food that I have to find a way to store too. And I love the
Well, wouldn't
idea.
that just be Mylar bag, oxygen absorber pack after you freeze dry something?
Yeah, it is. But then no matter where you are, you still have to make them rodent resistant, regardless of whether or not you're rodent free right now. You still have to make it that way. So now you got to buy more bins to put them in, and you got to make sure they're ones that are animal proof, right? So
Yeah,
that much more of an expense no matter how you do it. And I love the idea for long-term use, and I think it would be wonderful to do. I'm just having a hard time right now looking beyond 3 years. I really am. Because
yeah,
so much craziness is going on, it's hard to see past a year, let alone 2 or 3.
yeah,
It really is.
yeah,
And so for one of those to pay off, to really pay off for you, you've got to have it going and working for a good 5 years, honestly. You really do. Because they're
yeah,
not cheap.
yeah.
So while I love the idea and I'm seriously considering one myself, I had to look at the price and I had to look at okay, there's Mylar bags that I gotta do with the oxygen absorbers. Now there's totes I gotta put them in, and now there's where do I put them?
Yeah,
Where do I put
I know. Well, you saw what I was going through because someone just asked me, what did I can this week? I canned 10 pounds of carrots. I canned 30 pounds of potatoes, 10 pounds of chicken, 10 pounds of pork, and 10 pounds of famaron. Ground beef. That's what I
Yeah,
did this week. I went and bought more jars last night, trying to find them. Good luck.
yeah.
Just so happens that when I talked to my mechanic today, he's like, get your butt to Rural King. They got a pallet. I said, all right. So I'm going to be doing that this weekend. So,
Um,
now I
and
got to kick my ass in gear because now I got to do more inventory.
yeah,
So it's like, all right, prepper nerd, he's probably pulling his hair out going, Autumn, what are you doing to me? Because I use his system,
I just did my inventory on my canning goods the other day, and I'm up to 1.7 ton in meat in jars.
Holy cow.
Yeah. 1.7. That includes hamburger, chicken, and turkey and bison, which is pretty much the same as hamburger. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
1.7 tons in meat, which I'm very glad for because I knew I had more than a ton on rice and probably more than half a ton on pasta. So I wanted to have a somewhat equal range on meat. Yeah, and I figured it out. It's like it's just over 2 pounds per jar, but I averaged it at 2 pounds per jar. And yeah, yeah. Now I have to find more shelf space for more because I'm doing more this week. As long as we can get out, I'm gonna do.
You deleted that again. Twice.
They
Um,
keep deleting her Facebook post.
oh,
Bastard.
good luck with that.
You're being watched. I told you.
Sweet and spicy, you're being a smart ass. I see. What's for dinner? Uh, it's literally here. It's whatever we see first because it's it's like, oh, that's chicken. Okay, what goes with chicken? And that's what I'm now. I was trying to find at first. I knew I was getting grains at first, so I got an awful lot of rice, beans, oatmeal. Less on the beans, but I got a lot of rice, oatmeal, pasta, and then I started filling in with beans. So I'm like, okay, what do we put with that stuff? And I had to start thinking about what do we normally eat. And I haven't, normally you just go to the freezer or the refrigerator and you find out what you want to have, but I have to actually now plan ahead meal-wise. So I started to do a meal plan for 30 days. I started with 2 weeks, but a meal plan that I could break down and say, okay, these are things we like. They are things that we can tolerate if we have to repeat them every 2 weeks, and be able to put them with rice, beans, pasta, or oatmeal.
Go
Not
to settings
oatmeal, rice, beans, pasta,
and
or
block fact check
potato flakes.
with someone. That's
And
what someone just said. Go to your settings and block fact checker.
so, as I was saying, I'm just trying to find a way to be able to take those grains, the different things that I have, and be able to add a meat source to it for the protein. And then how do we actually make the meals out of that? I had to research on there just to make sure that they're going to be tasty enough that we don't get bored to death with it. So I had to amp up my spices. I didn't have a choice. I finally took Autumn's advice on that one. It took me a while. I started adding to my spices by way of adding large containers of the meat rub. I got everything from a fish rub to a pork one to chicken to you name it. In the spice section, they have them in big jars, and I just did those. And I think for me, it was a good solution. Everybody has to do what they're comfortable with, but instead of the small spice jars, which I have plenty of, but I just wanted to get something that could either be added with a little bit of a liquid for a marinade, and you can soak the meat in that, or sprinkled over it, added to rice, added to pasta, whatever it is you want to do. So while I'm not necessarily willing to show my preps because we can't do that, that's where I'm at. And I've done pretty good, but I'm still adding to it. And I trip over just about everything here, food-wise. Literally, I trip over it.
Yeah.
Somebody was mentioning that their house kind of looked like World War III. A bomb went off because there were preps everywhere. Welcome to the club.
Yeah. I don't know about baking soda, if it needs O2 or not. I'm not sure. I've never put Mylar, baking soda in Mylar bags. I've never done that. So I don't know.
I've honestly, if you need to, just if you got 2 or 3 extras, I don't buy a lot of that, but for baking, you may want it. Just leave it in the box, chuck it in the fridge.
Yeah.
It'd be fine in there. It'd be fine in the refrigerator. Don't open them, but just leave them in there.
Right.
So anyway, I have started doing inventory, but I gave up doing inventory on canned items completely. I don't see the point at this stage.
What section is the pinto bean seasoning located in Wally World?
I don't know.
Baking. The baking, isn't it? Baking. Thank you, Brandy, for the dog, Trish.
Oh, all right. Well, if it goes to Autumn gets it. Sorry.
No, I'll give. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. So.
Does baking soda and Mylar? I don't know if baking soda needs Mylar.
No.
What is this? Fingerprint
No,
change stuff.
baking powder, keep it in the original package. That's usually a fairly good one. And there is a way to test it to see if it's still working. shall I say, fizzy working.
Yeah.
You just take a little bit out, put it in a bowl, add a tiny drop of water, and if it's fizzy, then it's still working. But neither one of them lasts a super long span of time anyway. So if you buy it, plan 6 months out from whatever the date is on it. But if you want to put it in a not a Ziploc, but a what do you call it? Not a Mylar bag. The other bags where you're taking the oxygen out of them. You can do that too, and it should last longer. People are asking
Hey,
what my
Ma.
channel.
Yeah, Marbury, can you go get Trisha's channel link, please? Or Tara or somebody, please. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, don't take it from the description box because hers is not
Yeah, I
working.
don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, so I can put it in the comment section later if people will wait for it. We're not that far out. Yeah. So in a food saver bag with the oxygen taken out, you can put any of those other powders in it. The smart thing is to put it in a small paper bag first, fold the paper bag down, and then take the air out of it.
Yeah, you know what, Carol Cook, that is a really good idea. I just had instead of doing chicken sandwiches, I did chickpea sandwiches and fried them up, breaded them, fried them up, and you'd never know that it wasn't actually a chicken sandwich. And I put buffalo sauce on it and then blue cheese dressing. And well, you'd never know that you weren't eating a chicken sandwich. It was really good. And it was made out of chickpeas. So, yeah.
I have never done that. You mentioned making bean burgers and stuff before. I've never done that.
Black bean burgers. Yeah, I do those all the time.
Question for dry goods like lentil, beans, do you use food saver or Mylar bags? I use the Mylar bags with the oxygen absorber. That's just me personally, but I also have a lot of Mylar bags.
Yes, Missy, we can do a live on Trisha's channel one night. Yeah. On a different night, sure.
All right. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
For your crew, this is probably an odd question because I know what most of the time frames are that are available, but for people that are on here, what do you prefer? Like what night works for you guys? We'll probably have to pick one, but what's the general consensus of if we're going to do it live on my channel, what's best for you guys? Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what night?
Well, Friday, Mr. Wrong, I do Friday nights here. So Trish, she's looking to do a live on hers. So
Yeah.
Saturday? Somebody said Saturday? Wednesday?
I was going to stay away from the weekend. I was going to say anywhere from Monday to Thursday, but
Tara said no Tuesday. Please, no Tuesday. Okay.
all right, I don't know why.
Wednesday. We've got a lot of Wednesdays coming in here.
Yeah.
Wednesday. Good night, Prepper Nerd. Love you. Yeah, Wednesday. A lot of Wednesdays coming in.
All right, so you guys, I asked last time for you guys to give me some more topics of different things you want to do. I know we have some in the works. There's a few that people have asked for. Throw in some more topics. We're looking to, start talking about some of the stuff that you guys want to talk about. You know, there's a lot of things coming up, and I can bore you to tears with the economy all day long, but I don't want to do that. So I'll briefly touch on the economy at the same time. And if you want to throw in some suggestions, that would be helpful. Well, indoor garden ideas. I think that's great, but it's not me. I don't know how to help you with that.
G2 being a wise ass. Any day that ends with day. Hardy har har.
So yeah, if you guys have anything, I'll look through the chat again later. So, you know, to come up with some other ideas, or to take down some requests. Ooh, there's a few good ones. All right.
Said Tammy had a good idea.
So
I'm looking for Tammy topics on how to organize local groups of like-minded people. Yeah, you're right, Tammy. That is a good idea.
idea. And I wish I knew, because we'd like to do that here, right? My way is,
Money.
honestly, my way is by offering extra food to people and helping to feed people, getting to know people. But that's because I have the access to it. Everybody has to kind of find their own way.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Diva Jefferson. Okay, we'll do that one. Force majeure, since we're sitting right on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't think we're
All
not.
right.
Yeah.
I never said that we were not. All right, Six Gun. Yes, you got it. Force majeure. We will do it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get more into depth if you'd like. You know, we
Who's
touched on
Angie W? I don't know who Angie W is, honey. I'm sorry. I don't block anyone. I don't know who Angie W is.
So we touched on force majeure and the 6900 protocols, but there's more to it, as there always is. And then people can turn around and tell me on other channels that I'm full of crap and it's never going to happen, but I'm not.
Guess what?
So you can go ahead and say it all over again, and I'm just going to say, love you too. Not. But anyway, we want to stick together as a community, don't we? So don't be so mean-spirited. You know, I don't know everything. I always say that, but I'm no idiot. So
we want the FEMA link.
Yeah.
What?
I'll get you the FEMA link. I'll get you the FEMA link. Trust me, when I give it to you, you're not going to want it. You'll probably wish I never gave it to you. But I'll give it to you. Anyway, we're about to wrap it up here. It's 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. Sean will be home in a minute.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten yet.
It's your son, you know.
He picks on me.
So, G2, no, not just the 6900. We'll get into depth on it. Yeah, it'll get interesting, but okay. I'll put the link up for you guys. Give me a half hour and it'll be there.
All right.
And if somebody can put the link up from my channel and you guys go over and, you know, like and subscribe.
All right, good night.
I want to say one more thing. You guys, everybody that has already subscribed to Autumn's channel, you might want to hit the unsubscribe and then subscribe again. Why? Because a lot of people aren't getting the notices. And
just hit the bell icon.
Yeah, normally that would be the case. But listen, if you're having a problem, which you are on YouTube, once people are subscribed and YouTube starts messing with it, they still don't get notification. So if you hit the unsubscribe and then wait a couple minutes and hit the subscribe button again, you end up back on, and you'll get the notices that some of you are missing. So if you're getting them, don't do it. But if you're not getting the notices, which many people are saying they're not, because that's what I had to do. I had to actually unsubscribe from you. I didn't
Oh,
have a choice. I didn't have a choice. If I wanted to get the notices,
oh,
you
I
know,
see.
I've had to go in and actually pull up your channel and see if you're posting any videos. So if people are still having that problem, that's what you do. And then hit the
All
little
right.
bell icon to be able to get those notices regularly all over again for the new ones. Yeah, even Six Gun is saying he didn't get one for tonight. That's what you have to do. Unsubscribe, resubscribe, and then hit the bell notice. So,
All right.
yes, Diane, I know my link is not working because it wasn't put up right. Give me a few minutes and we'll put it in the comment section. Okay.
It was already done. It was already done.
Again?
Well, in the live part, but
Yeah.
you're going to do it in the regular comment section, right?
I'll do it in the comment section, and that way
All right.
people. All right, I'll do the FEMA link first. All
Okay.
right,
Okay.
fun.
All right. Good night, guys. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay positive, keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Good night.
Good night.